49ers play the Washington football team in our home stadium in Glendale, Arizona, and we're looking to bounce back from that putrid performance on Monday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills. And I feel like the Niners will definitely right the ship against the Washington football team. Now, you know what time it is, faithful. It's time to pontificate. Through Alex Smith's first 4 starts this season, he's compiled a record of 3-1. He's completing 68% of his passes, but he's also thrown 5 interceptions with 4 touchdowns. And he's also been sacked 18 times. So clearly, Washington's football team's offensive line is susceptible to allowing Alex Smith to get sacked, and Alex Smith is still prone to turn the ball over through interceptions. The Washington football team has a good running back in Gibson. He played pretty well this year. He has about 659 yards rushing and 11 touchdowns. He leads the team in running the ball. They also have a good receiver in Terry McLaurin. He leads the team in catches, yards, and touchdowns. And they also have an up-and-coming tight end in Logan Thomas, who's been pretty well, and he's developed an excellent rapport with Alex Smith. So that'll definitely be something that Robert Saleh has to scheme for. Terry McLaurin, Logan Thomas, and we definitely have to slow down their running game. Now, the Washington football team's offense ranks bottom 10 in these 4 categories: total yards on offense, passing yards on offense, rushing yards on offense, and points scored. So obviously the offense ain't that good. Washington's defense is headlined by their defensive line. They have about 4 or 5 first-round picks on that D-line, and they ain't playing around. You know, they drafted Chase Young this year. He has 4.5 sacks. They also have Payne and Allen on the defensive tackle. They also got the wily vet in Kerrigan, who's still doing it at his age. I believe it's early 30s. I think he has around 6.5 sacks. They also got Montez Sweat. I believe they drafted him a year or 2 ago in the first round. So clearly, Washington football team has studs on that D-line. Fresh. Washington also has middle linebacker Bostic, who leads the team in tackles. He's a tackling machine. And you also got the corners Fuller in the secondary. And he's a pretty good corner. So there definitely will be opportunities, I'm sure, for that Washington defense to get a few stops on the 49ers offense. I'm sure that'll happen. But it'd be a note on the Washington football defense. Their defense ranks top 10 in these next 4 categories I'm about to mention: points allowed, rushing yards allowed, passing yards allowed, and total yards allowed. So clearly their defense is pretty good. They're definitely top 10, obviously, as I just said. And the 49ers will have to pick and choose how they're going to exploit the defense. And I'm eager to see what Kyle Shanahan does on offense to get some big plays and get some big runs and be able to put points up on the board against this Washington defense. Now, we all know, faithful, that the 49ers have a top 10 defense, and we didn't play like that against Buffalo Bills. But I'm eager to see how this 49ers defense will rise to the occasion against Washington. Clearly, Washington's offense isn't as good as Buffalo, but I still expect the 49ers defense to come through, and I want to see them dominate. We got to get turnovers on Alex Smith, and we need to get pressure on him. And let's face it, Alex Smith, he's not a good quarterback anymore. I feel like he's average, slightly above average, and we need to make sure we keep it that way on Sunday. And we all know the 49ers rank top 10 in, passing yards allowed, rushing yards allowed, points scored, and total yards allowed. So we need to play like that. And if we play like that, I feel like Washington won't be able to even score a touchdown against us. And I can't wait to see what comes to fruition. And next, we'll get into what the 49ers need to do on offense. Nick Mullins is going to have to get the ball into his playmakers' hands. Jordan Reed, Debo, the Ayuk Show, Kendrick Bourne, Mostert, Coleman, Wilson Jr. We got to get the ball into our playmakers' hands and allow them to work. I feel like we're definitely going to have to establish the running game as we always do. That's what Kyle Shanahan wants to do. That's his bread and butter. He wants to run the ball preferably 30 more times a game. We're undefeated. So that's what we need to do. And what that allows us to do is convert third downs, and that allows us to win the time of possession. We can't turn the ball over. Nicky, come on, Nicky. Can't throw no interceptions, Nicky. So we got 2 top 10 defenses meeting And it's almost like, well, which team will give up what? That's what it's going to come down to. Which defensive team can get a turnover, which defensive team can get less penalties, and which offense can actually execute and get points up on the board. And I feel like the 49ers offense definitely has an advantage over Washington's. We got more weapons. 3 reasons the 49ers will win. 49ers have to win at the point of attack. That means in them good old trenches. The O-line has to create holes for the running game, and they have to create time in the pocket for Nick Mullins to throw the ball. If we do that, we'll definitely be in a better position to win the game. The 49ers defense has to play like it's a top 10 defense against this putrid Washington offense. If we do that, we'll be in better position to win the game. Third, no turnovers on offense, and we need to force turnovers on Washington's offense. No turnovers by Nicky. Defense, you need to force some turnovers. By Alex Smith, he's prone to throw the ball to the wrong team. So if we do those 3 things, the 49ers will win 17-9. And thanks again for checking out your boy, Jay in the Bay. And I appreciate you guys watching. And Washington fans and my faithful, leave a note. Y'all know it in them comments. Let a brother know what y'all think will be the deciding factor in the game. And leave a prediction, preferably a score, of what you think will come to fruition. I'll see you guys in that first half reaction to the 49ers Washington game on Sunday. And then I'll see you guys in that post game. And once again, you tuned in to Jay in the Bay. See you in the next one.